Streaming? Damn, it's been a while. Right, let's see if I can remember how to do this. Stream looks good. So that's good. What else? Test the chat, I guess. Test. Oh, there's no sound. Oh right, I disabled the sound. It was pinging too much. I can do it. Was it messages? Hey, welcome back. See, where am I? I think it was in messages or notification settings somewhere. Notification sounds, yes, this one. Chat message. Sound. Let's see. Okay, this is, at least it's audible. Shouldn't be too distracting. Okay. Decrease the volume of my online class. Teacher is still out. Okay, well. Hopefully the class is not that important. Some might think that it's better to listen to your teacher than just watching some stream. But who knows? It's Linux class, okay. Oh, the basics. Oh yeah, Linux basics, yeah, those are easy. Probably, yeah. You can learn a lot very fast about Linux basics. Just corrected her. Okay. Flexing in front of the class. She was using su instead of sudo su. Well, you can use it as... You can use only su as well. It doesn't have to be sudo. Because they pretty much mean the same thing. Because su is means super user, and sudo means also super user do. Or maybe actually I'm lying. Maybe su just means switch user. My console. This. Why is this open? Okay, let's close it. This is open for no reason as well, and this everything is a mess. So this is music. This can be. Oh, do I want to close this? Let's have it open. Right. Yeah, switch user. Yeah, okay. You can't switch user without using sudo because it's not a privileged command. You just need to know a password. Well, you need to know the password of the user you're switching to. So it's not a privilege. Well, unless your user is blocked from switching users, which is, I guess, possible. But I don't think it's by default. She was teaching how to go to root directory. Oh, yeah, that's not how you do it. Right. Oh, you go to the root directory by using cd, which stands for change directory. You just put down slash as your, and then, well, slash is a root directory, so yeah, I can show an example. Like this. Now in your root directory. Now you're in the root directory. Clear. You can't access it unless you're a super. Oh, I'm not a super user. I'm the name of that. Who am I? Yeah, I'm not root, and I don't have root privileges. I'm not. Let's see. Sudo. I think my password is 30 characters long or something, so it takes a while to type it out. But I'm not really sure what you mean by you can't access it. Because yes, everything belongs to root, but doesn't mean you can't access it. Security, yeah. I like my security. I like not having to change passwords. Which is probably a bad idea. Because if, well, I use different passwords everywhere. Like there are no two places where I use the same password. Actually, there are. Now that I think of. Oh, guess it doesn't really matter all that much. So what's new? I haven't been here in a very long time. And my stream information is not really working for some reason. That's a little bit annoying. Oh, there are new versions. Probably update my software. Well, maybe later. New, we got Twitch Streamer Awards. Did we? What is that? I have no idea. I'm not really following what's happening on Twitch. I mean, Twitch hosted. What was that? Well, I wasn't following. Was there something interesting there? It just seems like a normal event to promote Twitch. Because all I've been watching was all about Ukraine, and yeah, I'm sick of it already. I don't even care anymore. Ah, it's for top streamers, okay. Best streamer. And who won? Was that a competition? Yes, the ASMR streamer, oof. Yeah, well, I guess there are all sorts of streamers. What am I looking at? This is the old code. Oh, I haven't written any code pretty much in this past 2 weeks. Yeah, I think it's been more than 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. How long it has been? Yeah, just time vanished when the special operation in Ukraine started. Well, I'm air quoting, but can't really see. Now I need to try to get back. I joined online competition called Puzzle Day. Puzzle Day? What? It sounds like a chess thing, but I imagine it's not about chess. Organized by Harvard, okay. That's cool. I imagine, so... Was it about programming? It sounds like it might be. But it could have been just general puzzles. Nah, it's about programming optimal solutions. Ah, I see. Oh, that's cool. Pretty sure I'm supposed to do something here. Check the config. Do the thing. Do the thing seems like what I'm looking for. Cute. Which one? Do you know how the best sniper in the world went to Ukraine to use his skills? No, I haven't seen, but I know, well, a friend of mine from the school days, like, basically we grew up together in the same city and we knew each other for a very long time. He's a scout in our military, and we talked. Well, we used to be quite close. Let's put it well. So basically, he's a scout in our Lithuanian military, and after he came back from Afghanistan, we spent quite a lot of time just chilling. So yeah, I heard a lot about how snipers. Well, he's a scout. Well, basically, it's the same thing. Scout is a sniper, but he shared a lot of stories about the training, about how everything works, and so on. So I know quite a bit. Well, I feel like I know quite a bit about military snipers. So it doesn't surprise me that the generals that are getting killed by the snipers in Ukraine. Because those guys are insane. You can watch the training videos for, I don't remember what kind of regiment was that, but there are quite a few videos showcasing how snipers are evaluated. So basically, you have a field, and there's two instructors, one watching with binoculars, another one watching with naked eye, and you basically have to make a shot, and they tell you from which direction you have to perform a shot, so they give you some time to position yourself while they are watching. Like it's not like they turn around and give you time to hide yourself. No, it doesn't work like that. You run into a field, hide yourself while they are watching, and then you perform a shot after a period of time, like half an hour, and then they try to locate you. So basically, there's another guy walking in the field that they instruct where to go, and if he steps onto you or touches you, basically then you're considered detected, and you can't. Well, basically you fail the evaluation, I guess, or exam. So you need to be really sneaky. You need to perform multiple shots without being detected. And yeah, you know, quite a challenge. Like it's really hard. So I heard stories about infiltrating enemy camps and basically hiding yourself so well that basically he was able to smoke when other people were smoking next to him, so he like the smell of cigarettes won't give him away. Like insane things like that they're doing while training. So it doesn't surprise me that they managed to hide somewhere and snipe those generals, especially if you can't be hidden all the time. So yeah. Well, tough luck. I'm not sure what to say. It's just becoming a crapshoot, that whole invasion. I just wish NATO intervened and just ended it, but you know, in that case, nukes would start flying. So it's kinda have to be a crapshoot. Oh well, not much we can do anyways. Let's see. I heard a funny story about, well, I'm not sure if it's true. Sounds something like that could be true. So basically 4 Russian tanks were driving through a town or a village, and it looks like they were running low on fuel. So what they decided to do is to take fuel from 2 of the tanks and put it into 2 other tanks. So basically 2 tanks would have double the fuel. I met some guys yesterday on Discord and everyone said they wanted to go to Lithuania instead of Spain or Greece. You should have been there. I'm not sure why would they prefer Lithuania. Well, maybe over Greece. Um, not even Greece. Like, Spain or Greece has such a different climate. For travel, there isn't much to see here. That's the problem. Like, it's not bad by any means. Like, it's a beautiful country. Like, the towns, little towns especially, look really nice. Because they don't like resorts and beaches. Well, in that case, yes, they definitely should come here because there's very little of that. Like, general scenery in Lithuania is better in Lithuania. Yeah, the scenery is really nice in Lithuania. I agree with that. It's just very flat. I think it's more scenic if you have like some mountains or something like that. And here you just get fields and forests. A lot of forests, a lot of fields. One actually got a job here there. Okay, well, that's good. Like, it's probably not a bad place to be working. Oh. Well, I live here, so I'm kind of biased. It's hard to say if it's a good idea or a bad idea. I would recommend it. Definitely not a... not sure about the politics. I was getting a little bit... well, I got into politics a little bit, and yeah, I'm quite disappointed with our Lithuanian politics at the moment. And the government doesn't really care all that much. They have the attitude that they know better than what Lithuanians need, and basically anyone who disagrees is an idiot. That's their kind of mentality, which I don't really approve or like, but that's how it is. So that would be the biggest downside, I would say. Because that sort of attitude breeds corruption, and yeah, corruption just destroys everything. At least, well, that's my opinion. Oh yeah, about the Russians in Ukraine. So basically, villagers saw that 4 tanks stopped, poured all the fuel from two of the tanks to 2 another tanks. Well, so basically, and they drove off with those 2 tanks that had fuel in it, and left two of them without any fuel, just there in the village. So when they left, well, when the Russians left, presumably to get more fuel, what the villagers did, they found some Ukrainian flags and put them on top of the tanks that were abandoned. And when the Russians came back with the fuel, they noticed that there is a flag, the Ukrainian flag on their abandoned tanks. So they basically started shooting at that. They destroyed those 2 tanks. And then what they did, they started driving around looking for Ukrainians. So one of the tanks drove on a bridge that can support only 5 tons and crashed through the bridge. So it got disabled. The other one drove around. Until it got stuck in a ditch in mud and got abandoned as well. So basically, allegedly, couple of villagers destroyed 4 Russian tanks by just using a couple of flags. Yeah, this was on Reddit. I read about it on Reddit, so it's quite funny if it actually happened, which it might have. There's a very good video by Laserpig that breaks down all the issues the Russians are having in Ukraine, basically explaining why everything is the way it is and so on. It's a really insightful video. And it didn't seem to contradict anything that any other knowledge, any prior knowledge I had. Like, I kind of tend to agree with what was said in that video. I actually can link it if you haven't seen it. I think it's in Discord. I linked it to my friend, to my cousin. Yeah. I'll just link it to you on Discord. Right. Well, you can watch it when you want it. Well, when you feel like it. Right. Cursor, execute, fetch one. Which point do I actually call to update cache? So this is the comment. So for each event, validate cache. So this is, why doesn't it link? Don't want to run it. Y to T. I made a new C program to recover the damaged JPEG photos from a bad memory card. Ooh, that's cool. That's actually really cool. Well, I imagine it's not that difficult when you know how to do it, but otherwise. 3 days, but it was fun. Well, programming in C in general is kind of interesting. I haven't run, I don't think I've written anything in C at all. Doesn't even give me an option to find it. Annoying. Okay, validate cache. It has to be here. Validate cache. Loading entries from nice database to cache. Price cache. So this fetches the next record. Okay. Price cache is this global dictionary. And I have, okay, so load the cache. It's not, it's validate cache. This is the one that's being called for each event. So I check cache keys. Basically, the cache entry, if the item is in price cache, and price cache timestamp is basically expired. So what's 72 hours? Older than 72 hours from now. Wait. Yeah, so if current time is less, then yeah, okay, this makes sense. Then I start compiling all the entries. Where is it initialized? Because they keep appending, but well, I guess I have to remove entries at some point. Okay. Update all the entries. So I guess this is the method I stopped coding at. At this point I need to go through all the entries in all the entries and download them and then insert them into the database and in the cache dictionary. Right. That sounds clear enough, I guess. So I guess 4 item in entries to actually Yeah, I like this. If this condition is met, add it to all the entries. If it's not met, then add to all the entries. I'm not sure if that's right. Think else if. I think this is, yeah, I should be checking if it's missing in cache, I need it to add it to all the entries, or if it's expired, well, if it's too old, basically, I need it to add. So basically there are two conditions when it needs to be added to cache, well, to old entries, be updated. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was a little bit odd, the checking in that way. Yeah, because if item is missing, this will result in a null pointer, so I can't use or this condition. And in this case, if it's null, well, if it's missing, it will trigger this, it will never try to execute this check. Well, my point is, this is the way you don't get a null pointer exception. Or what was it? Null value? Whatever. I don't even remember the exceptions. Damn, it's been so long. Right. See, get tree from API. Now I need to remember where the API is. Did they save a bookmark somewhere? Wait, I think I have a file somewhere. All the information. Which is deployment R. Where are my notes? Don't really see notes. I have a comment somewhere. Oh yeah, here it is. So this is how I actually no, the endpoint of the URL. Well, endpoint of the API for getting the information about the items, item prices. Something like this. That looks good. Right, so now I need to actually call it. We have an example with data gatherer. Okay, looks like it has do not open on sim, so it should be sanitized. How do I actually call an API? Well, I'll just use this as an example. Initialize all events. Blah blah. Connect. Get new events. Events. So requests get that I'm using. Requests comes from it's just a library. Do the same, I guess. Probably look for the documentation. Get a little bit. Super. Okay, have it saved. Okay. Python. Hopefully this is Requests, right? Not request, it requests. Okay, requests. Is so the basic usage requests get URL authentication. Well, it doesn't have any authentication, so need that. And R is the response. Okay. So basically now I need to construct the correct URL. Wait. Okay, it doesn't have any resources that need to be closed as well, so that's good. There's JSON, so I guess I can just have an object. Well, yeah, I guess it's more useful than just having it as a plain text. No need. Manually add query string to URLs. Form encode. Nowadays just use the JSON method. What? There's no need to manually add query strings. Well, it's about to do that. Form encode your put and post data. Huh. Guess I should read about this JSON method. Which version I have installed as well. Actually see it here. Patch 2.0. Library versions license. Copyright. Where's the version? Python requests.org. Am I looking at the right? Oh, actually. Probably a good idea. Look at the official documentation. Okay. Looks pretty much the same. Allows you to send HTTP requests extremely easy. There is no need to manually add query strings to URLs, or basically it is the same thing. Below features, user's guide, JSON, some response content. I need the request. Response. Well, I need a get. Advanced features. Objects, request and response objects. Certificates. Body content workflow. When you make a request, the body of the response is downloaded immediately. You can override this behavior and defer downloading the response body until you access the response content. Okay, that's not really relevant at the moment. Loads. Code post multiple event applications request streaming proxies. Guide. Packages and extensions. Class questions. Python for iOS. It has integration with Stack Overflow or what? Your question does not contain information you can properly analyze. Please ask questions in Stack Overflow. Stack Python requests. Okay. So basically, they use Stack Overflow for support. That's really clever. Basically, just using a community for instead of providing user, end user support. Just outsource it to Stack Overflow. Someone will want the internet points, so someone will be answering the questions. It doesn't matter if it's gonna be correct or not. That's cool. Feature requests. Okay. Let's look at the JSON for response. Imagine it should be the same way. Oh no, just very short description. It's also a built-in JSON decoder in case you're dealing with the JSON data. The response gets 204. Response contains invalid JSON attribute. Raises JSON decode error. Right. Should be noted that success of the call does not indicate success of the response. Some servers may return a JSON object in failed response. Example HTTP 500. Okay. The JSON will be decoded and returned. To check that the request is successful, use check status code with what you expect. Yeah. Okay. So it doesn't. Well, I'm not really sure what they mean by this. There is no need to manually add query string to URLs or form. So how do you add these? How do you add this query string? Allegedly allows you to send. There's no need to manually add. Allowing HTTP connection, holding R. Okay. So it doesn't. In this documentation, oh yeah, closed it. There it mentioned this JSON method. It doesn't look like it does anything for the request. It's only about the response data. It's for parsing response data. Get source codes, make requests. Okay, let's see. Maybe it explains it here. Put delete head options. Okay, maybe this will help. Coming in a few minutes. Okay. Eager to get started, this page will give you intro. Okay, making a request is very simple. Begin by importing the request module. Get a web page, response object is R. Simple API means that all forms of HTTP requests are obvious. For example, this is how you make an HTTP post. Okay, I need a get. Nice. What about requests put head? Passing parameters. Okay, this is more interesting. Payload. Ah, so I have a dictionary. And what if the value is not a string, it's a list? What happens then? Send some sort of data in the URL's query string. If you are constructing URL by hand, this data would be given as key value pairs. Right. Requests allows you to provide these arguments as a dictionary of strings using the params keyword argument. For example, if you wanted to pass key, yep, you can use URL directly encoded by printing the URL. Right. No, the dictionary keys whose value is none will not be added to the rel query string. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, you can also pass a list of items as value. Okay, that's good. That's what I was looking for. And doesn't actually decode it properly. Just duplicates the key entry. Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. So it lets me do this, but the result is not what I'm looking for, because I need comma separated values instead. So I'll have to compile the values myself. That kind of sucks. Having a feature and not being able to use it. I guess I can check it and see how it works. Okay. Request prices from the program. Okay. So here. How should I do this? How many parameters do I have? I have so this is a list of IDs, and then we have add a parameter for locations. Then we have a parameter of qualities. Yeah, what to do about locations? Not really sure. Oh, I need to connect to the database. Wait, I have a script for initializing database. Have a location. Well, does it have a field for saving location? Doesn't look like it. Maybe I should list all of the locations and just average the prices. I think that's the best way to do this. And just to have an average price over all locations. I think I'll do that. Probably makes the most sense. Okay, where did I test it? So all locations would be Fort Sterling, then Thetford, then first. What other towns there are? So Thetford, Fort Sterling, Lyndhurst, Martlock, and what's the last one? I can't remember. Well, it's been more than, well, it's been quite a while since I played Albion. Albion online map. Yes, Bridgewatch. Oh, yeah, that's what I missed. Okay, this is where I was entering it here. Artlock, Bridgewatch. Right. Now I need to check if all of this makes sense. Okay, a lot of this seems to have no data. Maybe I should look for something more basic, not a tear-it bag. Tier 3 bag. Okay, let's take a look for. Not sure, tier 4 bag should be quite common. And the quality. Zero quality. Alt 1. Okay, this seems to make sense. So tier 4 black, price is set. Oh, this data is just hard to read in this manner. Shit was displayed like formatted properly. It would make it so much easier. Sample JSON. Okay, the background is really annoying to read. But I guess all I care is if the values are actually set. So Fort Sterling is set, Bridgewater is set, First is set, Hardlock set, Bedford set. So it means I didn't make any typos typing in the names. I get data from all towns. What's the difference? Buy price. I don't really care about buy price. Sell price is the interesting part. 27, 2200, 100, 300, 4 basically. Yes, if I average all of these out, I will get a reasonable value. Which is the point, I guess. Okay. Where's that URL? Patience. This. Guess I can save it as. Yeah, probably this is not the right way to construct it, so. But in any case, I need to go have a toilet break. So we'll be back in, sure, 10 minutes, I guess. I have a window open for this. Timer. Does this look? Oh, this is. And times Wordle. Well, in any case, be right back. Audio reset. Okay, be right back. I'm back. Oh, I didn't start the timer. Fuck. Oh well. Hopefully it doesn't really matter all that much. Right, okay. Let's not get distracted. Right. Should I have this as a separate variable? Can I do a mix? That's a good question. Okay. Let's see. Items maybe? Empty string. I'm not sure if empty string will work. What would be the response if I sent just this type of request? Just so I get 404. Okay. Well, that's fair enough, I guess. So for each item, yeah, what kind of properties? Item quality, timestamp price, item ID. Okay, let's do item ID. I wonder if the item ID includes its enchantment level, because it should. Okay. Item, let's equal. I should have a formatted string since I need to add a comma. Except on the first one. Oh, this is annoying. How should I do this? I feel like there should be a list operation that makes, well, just compiles a string with a separator. See if that's true. Python. One of the built-in methods, library of language. And functions. D. List. Well, this is this list creates initializes them. Not that. Like concatenate or something like that. Pile. Pass the source into the code or st object. Basically, this compiles a piece of code. Okay. I'm looking for. Instance. Maybe I should look into the list options. Well, list assets. Sort. Class this. A link. Sequence types. Sucks. Not really the documentation I'm looking for. It's just generic overview, as far as I can tell. Built-in types. I doubt anything will be here though. Right. Types. Finger describe, blah blah blah. Okay, let's look at sequence. Maybe doesn't. What is this glossary? Okay, that's useless. Implements all the common and mutable sequence options. Oh, where are those options? Sequence operations. B. Insert, stand, copy, clear, append. Anything cool here? It's time to go Google. Python list string comma sequence. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Like a comma separated string from a list. Okay. It won't work if the list contains integers. Join. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. So it's a string operation. Let's see. String methods. Find, format. Join. Returns a string which is concatenation of the strings in the iterable, the parameter I give. Error will be raised if there are any non-string values, including separate between elements is the string provided in this method. Providing this method. So, okay, so it's actually correct. So it's not a string. I need a list. Create a new list for each item. Items, append, item, name. What else do we need? What about the quality? I think it's 1 to 5. Pretty sure. Yeah, because if I pass along 0, oh, I get all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't really need to use it at all. For tier 5 bags. It works without any quality. I imagine I save quality. Is it a good idea to not filter by quality though? Does it matter? It has quality property. Well, more filtering would mean less data needs to be transferred. Sure. Yeah, I guess filtering by quality is important. But since I have a bunch of items, yeah, it's... I'm not sure if it's actually... Because I will have a list of a lot of items, and the chances are that... Well... Yeah. There's a very slim chance that all of them will be of the same quality. So most likely it will have at least 3 different qualities, I imagine. See if we take a look at the kill. So yeah, this is... So we have, well, the first level of quality, this is second level of quality. This is... Yeah, this is the third level, fourth level, and fifth level. So all 5 quality levels are present in one kill. Like, this is the first kill. This one has... This... I guess this can't have quality. Potions don't have quality. Well, the bag is of quality 1. This is quality 2. Quality 3, quality 4. So it has 4 different qualities. Take a look at this one. 1, 2, 3. So this only has 3. But I imagine 3 will be pretty much the minimum. Do we have anyone with 1 quality? Everything has quality. So this is 2, 3, 4. So 3 different qualities again. I guess if you include the inventory, no, it doesn't have anything. Here, quality 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 different ones. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's worth filtering by quality, because chances are that you will need most of the qualities anyways. Might as well not even use it. Right. So all I need is items and their enchantment levels. Before this is type. Type is the name. Oh yeah, so it has the enchantment level. The name, that's good. Basically all I need and item. Item comes from this, parse items. Wait, how does this work? This, for each eye in... This is full of typos. Imagine this should iterate over these items. For each item, if item ID cache So if I can place not here, not in. So if it's not in the cache, then I add it. And if it is in the cache, I check if it's expired. Then I add I, not item. Actually, old entries. It's just a list. I probably can just add the name. This returns instances. Items. Items from list. The list. It creates instances of an item. And the type is to create it. So construct item ID is right. What does it else it has? Really have a name. I use name some item name. It doesn't, it has no idea what type of, what's the type of this variable is. Item ID. Actually, yeah, I can move this here. All entries, validate cache. This is the place to reset entries. List. Here, I append item ID. So in the end, when I'm done going through the whole list of items, I have a list of item IDs, which is the name, including the enchantment level. So then, when I call it, I don't really have to iterate over it again. I just do comma. What was the join? And the iterable I use is old entries. So this gives me comma separated list of items to be inserted here. Locations are the same, qualities I don't even use. So let's see. URL will be equal yeah, it doesn't really have spaces, it has underscores instead of spaces. Okay. Good. All I need to do is have this URL. Place of have items. Right. I guess I need to check if items is not M. Items. Check is empty. I think there is a built-in function for that, if I remember correctly. Types. Library. Built-in function. That this length is the one I will have to use. maybe list has something. Max length in count. Also, it counts how many entries. Oh yeah, what about duplicates? Can I get duplicates? Good question. Parse items. Get from list, returns a list. So, at no point I check for duplicates. Does it really matter? What happens if I have duplicates? Really a good idea to check. See, mark what's sterling, tier 5 bag. Okay, let's go. Tier 4 bag. Then tier 4 bag again. See, so item is tier 4 bag, all of its values, then tier 5 bag. So the API is not dumb, it won't return duplicates even though I put duplicates in the request. That's good. If I change this to tier 6, get tier 6 bag, 5 bag, then tier 4 bag. Looks right. Okay, that's good. Bank items. It's more than 2. Then we do the thing. Otherwise the cache has nothing to be updated. Okay. So now we can do requests. Get URL. Right. I need to have the response. Bug. Response code. Dot. What I check the documentation. Actually remember request methods, things, API reference. Data parameters. And standard path. So I guess all of the methods have the same. Oh, they all call the same request method. Parameters JSON. What I'm looking for? I'm looking for response actually, not request. Response. Look at that. Close, elapse, cookies, encoding, headers, history. Season, status code. This is what I'm looking for. Right. So then, for each, guess I need to use JSON. Right. Price. response. On. So imagine this should work, and for each item in response, can do something. I wanna breakpoint here. Right. How do I actually run this? I need to delete last ID. And when it will run, you can only look for new kills. Yeah, I guess that's how I do this. So I run it initially. Well, actually it won't work. That I think of. Because the database is not connected. Okay, the database tunnel is up. Now I can actually run it. Having a value, of course. As the value, let's reduce it by 100 or so. Now I can actually run it in debug. Let's do it like this. Run as Python. Okay, it's downloading a bunch of images. Requests. So just finished updating, it didn't call what? Not right. Why didn't it call the prices module? Yeah. Doing the thing. I don't actually... Oh, I can call this price validate cache. Yeah, let's run it again. Right here. Okay, now I hit it. And validate cache. Items. Okay, I have plenty of items. Okay, it adds old entry. Okay, that's good. Run until I hit this point. Have items. Wait. Oh, old entries. Has a ton of items. Good. Side. Items. This doesn't make sense. Why didn't this work? Okay, let's try again. Oh, try doing it in console now. Fine. Entries. Returns an empty string. Old entry. Length 0. How does this work? It's an empty list at this point. Heyo. guess I need to declare it as global. That's what I'm doing wrong. Huh. By the way, I completed my third task for my internship yesterday. That's nice. Was it that thing? Trying to remember. You were asking for help, but yeah, it wasn't something I had done before. Yeah. What was it? Trying to remember. Was it complicated? It sounded something that was quite complicated. By the way, your database stream really helped me to understand the basics. Yeah, well, that's what it was for. I didn't know anything about them before. Yeah. Oh yeah, about many-to-many connections. Yeah, I remember something. Oh, it's about writing a Django module or model. I don't even know. I don't know what how Django works actually. Just very vaguely aware of it. Yep, model. Oh, that's good that you know. I'm glad it helped. Because, well, yeah, I guess it makes sense. Because the same concepts keep cropping up in development in general. So the concepts that are used in databases will be used in other places as well. Basically, anywhere you have some sort of data relationship, you will have similar concepts. Because they're using PostgreSQL and it's very similar to MySQL. Yeah. Well, all relational databases are pretty much identical. Like, there's the difference between one database and another database is very minimal, as long as they are relational databases. Like, no... What? I can't remember. Like, NoSQL... What's the other name? MongoDB, stuff like that, that's a little bit different. But all the relational, like the classical relational databases that are used in vast majority of the projects will be relational databases, and all of them work in the same way. The differences are just in the syntax, how you actually, like what kind of very deep or complicated features are usually what differs. So yeah. That's why I don't really bother distinguishing too much between databases. Unless you're a database admin, then you will get you will like go into deep internals. And I'm here. Well, welcome back here. Right. Why doesn't let me assign a value? Maybe it doesn't like when I declare it. Entry. List. And probably I think it's fine. Okay. Run this. Right. Guess I can just skip this spot. The old entries now has values, so when I join, I have a string. Okay. Make a response. We go response 200. Print out status code. Didn't. Oh, do I have logging set? No. Oh, there is logging, but oh, I guess I don't have debug logging level set. Debug. Got a new member recently, and she created a while new database, modified the models, accordingly, developed all the relations in just one day. She must be a database expert. Created a wild new database. Not really sure what you mean by wild new. Modified models accordingly, developed all the relations in one day. Well, you know, when you know how to do it, it's just basically repeating the same thing over and over again. A whole new database. Well, it all depends on the size of the database. And the bigger question if she had to design the database herself, or there was like a known design that she just needed to implement. Because designing databases is the hard part and more time consuming, implementing is just copy pasting and renaming things a bunch. So, you know, that's what you would expect from someone who has experience. Like, it wouldn't take, yeah, it shouldn't take all that long to implement a database, like to, well, yeah, it's not that complicated. It might seem like, well, I'm taking a long time because I'm talking all the time. That's my excuse why I'm making so little progress. There was already designed, she designed it to be more optimal. Yeah, well, yeah, that's fair enough. That's, I guess, what you would expect from a proper developer. Looking for ways, especially if there's a need, like there's a requirement to optimize something. Because it might seem, well, for a student or for a new developer, it might seem like you should be optimizing things wherever you can. Like if you see some inefficiency, you should make an effort to optimize it, but that's not really the case in real life when you're like implementing features or creating a system. Usually it all comes down to the client. If the client is willing to pay you for that, then yes. Because a lot of the times you can do things more optimally, but the time, like, it won't actually matter to the end user. Like, it won't improve the performance in a significant way where it can be actually felt by the end user. In that case, it's not really, usually it's not worth bothering with optimizations at that point. And optimizing databases, like if you're changing the design of the database to optimize something, you like the return, like the benefit has to be very significant, because that's a big change. And quite often a lot of code depends on the database to be designed in a certain way. So just changing the database might need, well, will probably need changes in the source code as well that uses that database. So, you know, she had to have a good reason to do that. That's my point. But, you know, if she had, then yeah, that's great. That's, yeah, what you should be doing. But, you know, it's not something you decide by yourself. Usually you consult during a meeting, suggest like what inefficiency you can identify, you bring it up, suggest a solution and how long it will take you to implement it, and then you either get approval to go on with this or you don't. Too much. CR. No response, that's what I'm looking for. Response is a list. Okay. Right, so I got a response of 250 entries from one event. That's quite a lot. Let's see, what else can I have? What else do I have here? I guess the main difference is the quality. Quality 1 to 5. Right. Now, how should I go through all of this data? I didn't know Django for so far. After 3 days of not knowing how to do the task, I was going to quit, but someone on the Python Discord said, "You're not a developer if you quit." That gave me motivation, and at the end, it worked. Yeah, well, you know, it is kind of true. Like, it's being developer doesn't mean knowing everything. It's just what makes you okay. So being a basic developer is not like you definitely don't know everything, but the development process, I think it should be clear from watching my videos. Like, I don't really know much of the, well, how to do things. I constantly go to the documentation, I constantly try things, I constantly, like, even for example today, when I needed to join a bunch of, well, a list, make a list into a string with comma separated values. I didn't know, like, I didn't remember that this is how you do this. I googled, and then I looked into documentation, and then I figured out how it works, and then I used it. Like, being a developer is basically looking for the solution and being efficient with your doing research efficiently. Maybe that would be a good way. That's what being a developer is about. Solving problems and figuring the solutions in an efficient way. It's not about knowing things. What makes you a senior developer, like a good, like, senior developer, is being aware of the abilities. Like, you, at that point, you also don't really know everything, like how to do everything. Like, if it's very likely that a senior developer who doesn't really operate on strings all that much, doesn't have a need for this kind of operation, he won't know how to do this either, but he will know that it is possible. He will know what kind of, like, what he should be looking for, how to, what what to enter into Google, so he would find a solution really fast. That's what makes you like a higher level developer. That knowing all the abilities, like knowing the possibilities, what are the limits, what you can do, what you can't do. So knowing how something, like how to solve a problem, is never, like, you don't expect to know. Like, there's too many things, too many changes, too many different technologies and techniques that knowing everything is just not feasible. So you just have to get used to not knowing everything. But what you need to get used to is doing research really fast, like finding, like, that's why documentation is so important. Like, finding good, proper documentation is the key. Right. I guess some people are able to just read the source code and figure out what it does, like, really fast, how to use it really fast, but as an example to counter it is this Hikari documentation. Like, I have no idea how to use it. Like, it's just nonsense to me. Like, well, I understand that it's automatically generated from the source code, but it doesn't really help in a significant way. This documentation is basically, it's pretty much reading the source code. It has few comments, but otherwise, yeah, it's quite crap. Python has a really good documentation. You can find a lot of information here, and it's formatted in a very digestible way. That makes sense. Right. So now I have a bunch of stuff. I have a dictionary. Bunch of dictionaries. Each item has a dictionary. So this is a little bit awkward. I need to take them in groups. Oh no, actually I don't. Oh, right. I go for each item. Oh. The location. Bridgewatch City. I need to group them by item and city. Damn it. Yes, Python docs is very beginner friendly. I'd say it's just good documentation overall. I wouldn't say it's just beginner friendly. Just good. Like, yeah. Well, it's beginner friendly. Its beginner friendliness is in the tutorials they provide. They have a really nice introduction for the beginners to start using Python. I think that's the part that emphasizes the information the beginner needs. But otherwise, the documentation is just good, and that's it. It doesn't really matter if you're a beginner or not. Ah, damn it. Thought I was doing so well. So I guess I just need... How can I do this? Yeah, now I have to I need to figure out an algorithm to calculate averages for the item, averages from all the cities, because each city has its different entry. Will this actually work if I just add it and then divide it by 2 for each city? Yeah, I don't think that would work actually. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to go around this. Basically, I need to keep track how many entries I have, because some of the cities will not have a value, and then I add all of the correct values and divide by the index of how many entries there were. Something like that. Okay. So basically I need or 2 dictionaries. I guess 1 dictionary should be enough. You just have 2 values. Tuple. Well, it could be a tuple. Well, list will make more sense, I guess. Right. Values. Dictionary. So for each entry, only care about the values. I guess the ID could be the key. Okay. I think I have it somewhere. So item fields, item ID. Okay. Fields, item ID will be the key, and I assign value, which will minimum sell price minimum. And have timestamp MID. So these correspond one to one. Should I distinguish this field? What can I call this? Response raw data, raw sell price, raw price field. Like this, something like that. The variable. This. I don't know why I have this underscore here, but yeah, I don't really like it. Change it. It's right to have underscores in variable names. Right, so here I assign value of its price field. Actually, it has to be a list. Now, how do I track the indexes? Oh. Basically, I need to know if the value is already there. So basically, if... Oh, this is... I imagine this is impossible to follow, but... I'm struggling to keep track of this as well. What I need to do is check if values, say index, is 0 or 1. How should I do this? Actually, it should be 0. No, actually 1. And if this item is in values, so meaning that I already have an entry for it in the current dictionary, I will take, I will reassign index second value this x1 plus 1. I think this is fine. So basically I'll assign it to 1 initially, and if I already have an entry, I'll increment it by 1. Then when I assign new values, when I update the values, I reassign a new list. This work? It should work. Pass here. And then I can go each value, values. Oh, basically then I can calculate the actual price, the average price, and update the cache. Right, let's restart it. Source on. Okay. Spawns. Entries. Okay, let's see how this works. Oh. Happen here. For an exception. The object is not subscriptable. Is this an integer? It's not. Alice is a dictionary. Wait, is I right? So JSON returns. I should probably just restart it and see how what the structure is. This response. So yeah, the keys. Okay, so I is what? Oh, I reassign it here. What? Because yeah, item is actually a dictionary entry, like it's supposed to be. But then I reassign it to be an integer. Okay. Count. Let's count. Here. This can be also renamed as an item. Right. Take an item, item ID. Second. Okay. Run it again. Okay, so I have item. Actually, dictionary entry. So, and another exception. The error item ID. Why did this change? I guess it renamed. Rename it here. It was odd. Oh, raw item ID and this item ID are different now. That's why I had underscore here. Damn it. Okay, let's have this like this, and you have a new entry. Item ID. This time it will be an underscore. Okay. This item. Like I should have created a new data class. Classifier class. Well. Here. Okay, it works, seems to work. Yeah, count is 1. Values now has one entry, which is item, the price like this, and one entry, okay. Wait, this is not right. Oh, I need a quality as well. Damn it. So we need a dictionary inside the dictionary with qualities. Well, qualities... it won't work, it has to be a dictionary. Right, how will this work? It's It's getting hairier and hairier. Or turning into spaghetti slowly. Let's see. So for each item in the response, I need to check if it has an entry. This dictionary. It does. To do one thing, if it doesn't, I add it to the dictionary. Basically values, item field, item ID. Be equal to new dictionary. That. And now actually need to parse out the quality first. Stop it already, damn it. Yes. Again, check on syntax. Okay. Item quality. It's the same as quality used. Amazing. Nice and confusing for future self. Untangle. This is a bad idea, but I'm still doing it. Like, how can you explain this? By the way, what's your thought on game stream? What do you mean game stream? Is this a company? Or or are you asking what do I think about streaming a game? Like playing a game and streaming it? Count. Quality will be item. Take the field. Once a week maybe? Oh, so you want me to stream a game? I can do that, yeah. Definitely. Well, the only game I actually play is Naval Action these days. And I'm not sure if it's interesting to stream it. I could. I usually play it in the evening, so... yeah. I could do that, but I'm not sure if it's interesting to watch. Like, I don't think it's interesting to watch. It could be like a... more like a podcast with some ships sailing in the background. Like, that could be the format. That I could do, but you know, for the podcast you need people to talk to. Well, not necessarily, but... or you need more people in the chat to talk to interact with. Like, it could be like a Q&A session, like something like that, just if you want to hear my opinion on something, some reason. Do you play World of Warship someday? I don't really plan on. I don't really like wargaming as a company, so I would rather not play games made by wargaming. I spent enough money on World of Tanks already. So, you know, I don't really want to come back. I know what kind of mess it is from the organizational standpoint, what their priorities are. So, you know, and it's not... it looks very similar in essence to World of Tanks, and World of Tanks is... it has a lot of potential. Like, it's not a bad game, but it has a lot of bad practices, say, and the game itself is... it's a weird mix between competitive and collaborative, which I don't really like. I had a coupon for it, which I got free with my keyboard, so I thought you could use it. Well, the game is free to begin with, so you don't really have to pay to play it. Like, it's free to play. So the coupon would only give, probably will give some sort of premium vehicle. Well, for warships it would be a premium ship and probably some gold. It's premium currency that you need to buy or earn during events. But usually you just need to buy it. Like, that's what they are pushing for. And well, for in-game cash, yeah. Yeah, I don't really like. World of Warships is a little bit too slow to be interesting for me personally to play. Well, you might you might say it's ridiculous because naval action is even slower than World of Warships, but World of Warships doesn't really look nice to me personally. Like, I don't really like the look of the ships, and naval action I really like. The biggest upside of naval action is how nice the ships are and how well implemented like they are in like the battle. Like, it's really nice to control them and sail around and fight other ships. Like, this part is done really well. And with naval action, not naval action, with World of Warships, you shoot from half away, like from a huge distance, like at a very small ships, and like it's a very different playstyle and visually not appealing to me personally. So I don't really see why, like, anything. I don't see anything attractive that would attract me to play World of Warships. Naval action is a little bit different, very similar, but still different enough. Like, it hits the right boxes with the looks, and also the gameplay is different in a sense. You don't really go into matches like there is no matchmaker where you get a map and you just fight in the map. In naval action you can explore. Like, I really enjoy exploring in like having to travel in real time and so on. Like, this sort of gameplay really appeals to me. So it has two pluses that I like in games, what I look for in games and what I enjoy in games, that World of Warships doesn't have, and I don't really see any pluses for World of Warships that I would like. Like, I don't really care about the hundreds of, like, at this point you have like the whole development of wargaming goes into developing new events or some sort of leveling structures to make you more invested into the game and playing the game constantly every day, spending hours, earning some tokens or bonds or whatever that is, like whatever they think of. And they basically, their whole focus is to keep you like engaged in this way, which I don't really care for. But that's where the main focus is going. And the looks, and yeah, the ships look like crap. Like, all of them are just tin boxes. So, you know. Hopefully I'm not trying to be too harsh. Addicted? Well, they are trying to make the game addictive, yes. That's their main focus. Exploit some not sure, mental things. How people perceive rewards and so on. Just make them engaged, more invested, and well, pretty much, yeah, addicted. Loot boxes, a very good feature of wargaming games, which I hate, the passion. But that's definitely a thing. And that's actually where I spent hundreds of euros already in World of Tanks. It's all went in all of it went into loot boxes. They have a very sophisticated strategy how to make people pay for the game, for a free-to-play game, how to pay for the loot boxes. They usually have a really high price for anything you want to buy, like anything real money, like anything you buy for real money is usually quite expensive. So for example, if you want to buy a premium ship, like a decent premium not ship, well, premium tank, I imagine with World of Warships it's the same crap, since the developers are the same. But basically in World of Tanks, to get to buy a nice premium tank that's really good, you would pay like 50 euros. Like that would be the price. Some guy just entered Discord server. Okay. Hopefully he's not gonna do something bad. Yeah, $1. Okay. That's good. But coming back to the loot boxes, so their strategy is to just have everything overpriced. And so basically, if you have like spare 50 euros or 50 bucks you want to throw into the game, you don't mind throwing into the game, you can buy that new premium overpowered tank right off the bat, which some people do. But from time to time they have special events which happen like 4 or 5 times a year, where the price is slashed significantly. They have, for Christmas, they have very appealing loot boxes, which basically you get a lot. Well, the perceived value for your money is very high, because you get 3 or 4 times more than you would usually pay for that stuff. So basically, if you want to get a tank, a bunch of gold, a bunch of premium time, like there are many things you need to buy with real money. And those loot boxes provide all of that, and basically for the price of one tank you would get 2 tanks, a bunch of gold that you can use to buy other premium tanks, and let's say a half a year of premium, which is worth another like 50 or 100 euros or bucks usually. So they just overprice everything, and then when they have special events where they slash the prices like very significantly, and people just rush in and buy a bunch of stuff during those events. And that's how I spent hundreds of bucks or hundreds of euros on World of Tanks. So when you think about it, it's a very scummy strategy, and I don't really approve of it. So, you know, I would rather not encourage it, or because it feels like I am promoting it if I'm playing that sort of game, which I don't want to do. So I would rather stay away from any wargaming game. Naval Action has its own problems, but you know, at least there are no loot boxes. They might implement them, but you know, since World of Naval Action is actually developed by Ukrainian developers, so currently they won't be doing any new changes. Well, since their main office is in Kiev, and until the war is over and everything is back to normal, I don't think there will be much of progress. No, yeah, because I think they had plans to make the game free to play, and that might come with different monetization methods like loot boxes. But for now, it's not there yet, so I don't really mind playing it. Right, count. Oh yeah, quality. I need to take into account quality. See, so the quality 1 is good. So it's a dictionary. Value items fields is a new dictionary. This creates a dictionary, that's good. Oh, this is quality. I wonder if the key can be an integer. I think it can be. It doesn't have to be a string, as far as I remember. So now when I assign new, I take quality as well. Right, what else do I need to change? Dictionary. I think this is fine. restart it. Okay, values. The dictionary, empty dictionary. Third. Quality 1. This price. Good. Oh. Count. 1. Yeah, this is not correct. Ah, I need to check the quality, okay, as well. Yeah, because this quality doesn't actually exist, so I need to check if this dictionary has the entry. Then I need to check if the quality is inside this dictionary as well. Not correct. Field. Field in its values. Oh, actually, I need to just check quality in values. Okay. Values and quality values. Right. Start again. Okay, one. So this one creates a new entry. So now I have 2 entries. Oh. That's not good. The old value. Ah, okay, the else now. Damn it. Not correct. So basically, when I'm missing the value, the item ID, I need to create a dictionary. But when it's just missing a quality, I don't need to do anything. I'm trying to figure out what's the optimal way to place this. So I can just check again if this value is so I can do it like this. This end part. Check here. This is not good. So it will look like this. So what should happen if it checks if the values has this item ID. Damn it. This isn't correct. Let's see. Oh, I guess this is fine. Because if it is inside this, then it will check if it has the quality. Right. Yeah, okay. So basically now it checks if it has the item values. If it does, then it checks if it has quality. If it does, yeah, it just increases the count for that given quality, and otherwise it only executes this. It's not in values. Okay, well. Hopefully this makes. I don't think I would be able to keep track of what's going on if I was watching. So this is basically the only part where I will need an algorithm of some sort. Not sure, maybe I'm just bad at designing algorithms. Okay, now it should have 2 entries. quality 1, price is this, or quality 2, price is this. Okay. And now I just need to find an entry that will hit this quality. How long it will take me? Might be a while. Okay, let's do this. Never hit. That's not right. Oh. It. Oh. Damn it. Still an idiot. So values. This. Because I need to check if quality is inside that dictionary. Let's try again. Now it actually hits. Oh, so far we have quality number 5. Oh yeah, we'll need to add exceptions for 0 values. If the value is 0, I shouldn't add it. Doesn't make sense. Okay. Right. So current item is keep item Stafford content level 2. Okay. Content level 2 quality. Quality is 1. So what I expect is this to be updated. Actually, this update will not work, because it has to add the value to the old value. How can I do this without messing this too much? Actually, I need to both increase the count and the quality to check if 0 value. For 0 value here as well. Damn it. Okay. So I don't really need to execute it any further. To have price. Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter what kind of value it has. Here I need another if. So if quality is present, check can do it, and quality and the price be raw price. Oh no, actually it is a list, so to row. Item. initial price should be price field. So initial price will be whatever the value is. So I can just check if it's 0. Like this. Now, how do I actually compile this? I guess I can do the same at price. Instead of 1, I add price. I can just use plus equal to add this. And this time I use index 0 because the price is first. Damn, I was way off with my initial implementation. Guess that's what I get for not planning ahead. Right. Here I just use price, I guess. Price and count. Because I get initial values just from the item I got as a response. If they need to be, I update them to proper values and just... Yeah, this seems good. Should work. Okay. Try again. Price is... Okay, it's updated value now. So the old one was... Well, I imagine it's the same item. Therefore, keep item, Thetford, enchantment level 2, values. Keep item from Thetford 2. There's only one, so I expect this to become 120,126, and this will have to be 2. Seems to work fine. See the end of this. So what do we have for values? So we started with 250 entries. Oh, this doesn't look too good. Tier 7 main fire staff. So right. So this item is not for sale anywhere. Interesting. I need to figure out what to do in these cases. Crap as well. Tier 6 head cloth set. Seems to be a lot of items that are not for sale anywhere. Really makes sense. Tier 6 armor, cloth armor, like kind of cloth armor is not for sale. I don't believe this. Yeah, there are so many items without a price. Well, I guess it is what it is. Well, I guess in those cases I just need to keep the old value. Basically not update the cache. Just keep extending the existing one or something. 'Cause this is just dumb. Basically, I need to collect the prices over time. Oh. But otherwise it seems to be working for the stuff it has data for. Yeah, I guess when I have 0 price I will just keep the old value in the database. Well, yeah, will be for tomorrow. Let's say the hard part is done. Getting all the prices. I guess here I can calculate the average. I don't really need to calculate. Guess it doesn't really matter. Tomorrow I can continue and just update the cache and push the records to the database. And then I can go and actually implement the prices on images to display the prices. Yeah, I imagine people might be quite disappointed if they saw how many items just have missing values. It's like having a price for your loot doesn't really mean much if half of the items don't really have any price. Like, these are not some rare items. There's 6 head cloth set, so that's a normal item. Well, in any case, I would like to go and show that this item is nothing special. Well, in any case, I think I'm done for today. Need to go and make some lunch, and I should probably commit to these changes, so I wouldn't be. Yeah, so I would know what's already done. Say what can I have. Cache has been up. Okay, and it stay as well. Okay. Retrieving item prices, cache, price cache. Right. I guess like tomorrow I'll continue with this, and yeah. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be done with pushing all this data into the database and updating the cache. So like in 2-3 days it should be done. Like, this is not a big feature. It should display the values in the kill data image. Well, okay, I'm done for today. We'll be back.